Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Michael here from Mike's RC Reviews on a continuation and update of the Traxxas TRX Defender, and just to show you guys how it's ended up and how it looks like now after I've done a few modifications to it. So the previous video basically showed you guys the new wheels and tires that I purchased for it, as the previous ones, which were the beadlock steel sunraisers and the Oz 4x4 tires that were fitted to it, were just a little bit too thin for my liking, and I wanted to do a good scale build of this crawler, and this is how it's ended up. So at present, what I've done to it is fitted the Proline KA3BF Goodrich scale crawler tires, which are slightly wider than the previous ones that have come off it. So at present, it's riding a fair bit wider on the tire section here over the previous ones that were on it before. The other thing that I've done for now is just painted these a bit more of a chrome color, a grey color. And the other thing that I've done in to detail it a little bit is I've added pinstriping, real car pinstriping. Instead of marking these door outlines with Sharpies, I decided to just stick these pinstripes on the door lines, just so it outlines the doors a little bit more. And these hinges here are just basically made from electric tape, which I just cut to size, and then I dabbed a little bit of car paint on, or car touch-up paint, to make the hinge bolts. So until the actual hinges come in from overseas, they are on their way. They have been ordered. That's what I've got to make do with. The ARB sticker I sourced from an ARB dealer near me here, where I live. And yes, they do cost money. They're $3 each, so I had to get them. The Proline stickers came with the Proline tires. Now, for those that are wondering, these are Proline beadlock wheels, aluminium beadlock wheels. They're, I think, called Proline shooters. They're 1.9 inch size on 1.9 inch tires. So I've got Proline tires and Proline wheels, which all you need to do is basically Google it to see how much they cost, because they are not cheap. What I've done with the tires that I've taken off, I've made a spare tire here on the roof to add for scale realism, just as a spare tire, and the other one I actually mounted at the rear. Now the stock TRX4 tires and wheels I've kept as well. They're tucked away in a box, and I'm probably going to sell the whole kit that came out of this car. So at the moment, in detail, just detailing or outlining the modifications I've done to this car, or the stuff that I've changed so far. And by all means, it's not done yet, so watch this space. There's more to come. So at present, I mean, these things were free. I did them myself. The stickers I've put on, the wheels and tires, the spare wheels and tires, they cost a bit of money, so they're now just used as a spare wheel and spare tire kit. But I can use these if I'm going to go full on bashing with it. That's the other thing, that at least I don't have to wreck or ruin the Prolines. So at present, I've got these for the spare tires and wheel package. I've got the new Proline wheels and tire package. The receiver and transmitter has been changed to a FlySky GT5, which is a 6-channel transmitter. So the name is confusing, as I've explained in other videos. It's actually a 6-channel that's in here now, not a 4-channel that used to be here from the Traxxas out of the box, ready to run kit. The other thing that's been changed is the motor, which used to be the 21-turn Traxxas brushed motor and HL5 ESC combo. Now it's a Hobbywing Axe 550 3300 kV, coupled with the Hobbywing speed controller. So I've got the transmitter and receiver changed. I've got the motor and ESC now on brushless, and I've also changed the stock servo that was in here, which was a 7 kilogram Traxxas servo, which is now a 25 kilogram Power HD full high voltage, up to 8 volt, 25 kilo servo. However, I do have to run this on 6 volts because the stock diff lock servos and the stock 2-speed transmission servo, which is there, are low voltage servos, so I have to run this on 6 volts because of them. I will put these in the future on their own BEC, so they'll be running on their own BEC. So then it will enable me to run this on its full potential of 7.4 volts at the very least. It can go up to 8 volts, but I'll just run it on 7.4. At present, on the stock configuration I've got it on, 6 volts, it's running 23 kilograms and I think 0.16 seconds response rate. On 7.4, it will be around about the 24 kilo mark. At 8 volts, it'll be the 25. So you get a bit more, obviously, as you progress to the higher voltages. So the plans I have for this in the upcoming weeks are King springs. So King spring shocks, I'll be changing them. So the shock absorbers, the undercarriage shock absorbers will be changed. The front and rear bumpers are on their way. They're metal. There will be a winch on it eventually. The interior package is also on its way. And the lights, so the full light kit from Traxxas. So I've done it a different way around. I actually am one of the few people out there that don't like the rock lights, which go in there. So the Traxxas light kit does come with rock lights that actually are fitted there and there. I'm not a big fan of them, in all honesty. So what I did was I purchased, because there are no light kits in Australia at all, every hobby shop is completely out of stock of the 80/30 light kit from Traxxas. I had to do it the long way around, which is I had to purchase the light bar, which is I think 8029 is called. So the SKU number is 8029 from Traxxas, which includes the light bar that goes across, and it also includes the power system to power up the lights. So I purchased that, and then I purchased 8027, if I'm not mistaken, which are the headlights and taillights. So it's basically the light kit in complete form without or minus the rock lights, which in all honesty I never wanted to begin with. Unfortunately for me though, I didn't save any money doing it that way, because it cost me only around about $15 less than what it would have cost me if I had have bought the lights that included the rock lights. Because the ones with the rock lights I think were 179 Australian dollars, whereas I've now spent roughly around about 160 to 165 buying everything individually. But that's the price you have to pay for, I guess, impatience. But then again, I'm not really impatient. It's just the fact that I don't want to risk ordering it from a different country at the moment because of the difficulties in freight. So if I had have ordered it from the United States, where there are a lot of light kits available, I don't know when I'll receive it. I mean, they say 2 or 3 weeks, but it could be more because of the freight situation and the cargo situation. Everything's arriving by ocean at the moment, by ships, and that includes China as well, where all the other products that I would love to get for this car, even though at the moment there is affordability and I've got a budget that can meet that. Unfortunately, I don't want to risk waiting, the 6 to 8 weeks just for for items that I've already paid for. So I'd rather buy something that's in Australian hobby shops already, so then at least I know I'll receive it within at least the very maximum 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll definitely receive it. So I'll conclude this video here, guys. As I said, watch this space, because if you are interested in these videos, there are more to come. And I'll be updating the videos as the upgrades progress. I want to end up with this truck once it's finished. I want it to be one of the best crawlers on the internet from Traxxas. Basically just to prove that, if Traxxas was watching, that their car, or the TRX4 in general, has so much potential. But obviously out of the box, they stopped short of making it a great truck. At the moment, out of the box, ready to run, it's a good truck. It's a good rig, but it's not a great rig. There were a few items that you just have to change to get a little bit of enjoyment out of it. I mean, the Axe 550 from Hobbywing, the motor and ESC combo, that's something that I didn't have to do, but because I've seen the reviews on them online, it was hard not to. I mean, these trucks are not made for speed. They're not designed for speed, but it is good to have it. I mean, this now at the moment, running 3S11.1 2200 milliamp battery, a LiPo battery, I'm getting, and this is no word of a lie, probably up to 45 to 50 kilometers per hour out of it. Whereas stock, and that's on second gear, the high gear, whereas stock out of the box, you'd be lucky to see, I think, 15 to 20 kilometers per hour on high gear out of the stock HL5 system. So look, it's something that you don't have to do, but it's there now, and it's good to have. I'll attest to that. And the other thing is, I'm happy with the transmitter and receiver combo that I've got, because now when I do run a winch, I can have them on a separate channel, and as per the light system, I can have that on a separate channel as well. Whereas the stock system that you get out of the box is a 4-channel TQ5, I think is what it's called, from Traxxas. So they could have made it a great crawler by just putting a better servo for the steering, and also a 6-channel transmitter, and a little bit better, or a brushless, at least a brushless setup for the ESC and motor, and beadlock wheels and tires. So it's now a great truck as it is. And as I said, I'm new to crawling, but I'm not new to the RC game. I've been flying planes for just a bit over 20 years now, and I've been building RC planes for just a bit over 18 years. I also fly big scale helicopters, and I've had RC cars before, but in the rally car game. So my first crawler, but in saying that, there's still so many things that I can upgrade on this to make it both scale in looks and to make it perform a lot better than what it did out of the box. So until next time, guys, Michael from Mike's RC, thank you very much for joining me. Hope you're staying safe in this COVID-19 pandemic that's going on at the moment. I guess all we can really do is hope and pray for a cure and for a vaccine to come out shortly. But until then, stay safe. Much love to you guys, and thank you for watching. Subscribe, please, if you haven't, as it does help my channel. This is not a monetized channel, so I'm doing this out of my own time, out of my own money. And, maybe one day if I get enough subscribers and enough views, it can be. But, I mean, these videos are a little bit boring, I'll admit that. It's for those that just like to listen to what, I've done with with my hobby. They're not really running videos, although that can change with the more support I get. So thank you very much once again for watching, and until the next time, peace out.